The entertainment world, already shaken by months of speculation and unanswered questions, was jolted yet again when the suspects in the death of actor-singer Menglong finally confessed. What began as whispers of an unfortunate accident has transformed into one of the darkest scandals in modern Chinese entertainment. The confession revealed chilling details of betrayal, premeditation, and deceit, unraveling a tragedy that fans had long suspected was no mere misfortune. Yu Menglong, known not only for his warm screen presence, but also for his reputation as a kind and genuine figure, was found lifeless outside a fifth-floor apartment. At first, investigators pointed to a possible accident, but soon, glaring inconsistencies emerged. A broken balcony mesh, dismantled curtains, and two luxury Rolex watches belonging to a friend discovered in Yu's possession. These details did not fit the story of a simple fall. Instead, they suggested something far more sinister. Now, the suspects have admitted to deliberately orchestrating Yu's death. They revealed a plot rooted in financial disputes, festering personal grudges, and a desperate need to silence Yu before secrets he had inadvertently uncovered came to light. This was no crime of passion, no reckless moments of anger. It was, in their own words, carefully planned. They admitted to drugging Yu, incapacitating him, and staging the scene to resemble an accident. Their chilling admission confirmed what many feared. Yu Menglong's death was a calculated murder. The revelations have provoked outrage across China and beyond. Fans who once mourned quietly are now demanding justice, staging vigils online and offline. Social media platforms like Weibo have been flooded with hashtags demanding accountability, transparency, and severe punishment for those responsible. In the public eye, Yu's death has become more than a personal tragedy. It is now a rallying cry against betrayal, greed, and corruption lurking behind the glamour of the entertainment industry. Witness accounts add further weight to the confession. On that fateful night, Yu had dined with 5 or 6 close friends. The gathering was filled with laughter, conversations, and drinks, seemingly ordinary. At around 2 a.m., Yu retired to a bedroom, locking the door behind him. By 6 a.m., he was dead, his body discovered by a neighbor walking their dog. What unfolded in those 4 hours remains the subject of intense scrutiny. Forensic investigators later confirmed the presence of footprints that did not belong to Yu, blood on shards of glass near the balcony, and evidence that curtains had been deliberately removed, signs of manipulation at the scene. The confession filled in the gaps. Yu had been drugged to ensure he would not resist. His incapacitated state made him an easy target. But the killers went further. They attempted to mask their crime by planting items and tampering with the apartment to create the illusion of a freak accident. The 2 Rolex watches, once dismissed as puzzling curiosities, were revealed to be deliberate props intended to confuse investigators. Such staging betrayed the lengths to which the suspects were willing to go in order to conceal their guilt. Authorities, once hesitant to release details, have now reopened the case with greater urgency. The apartment has been sealed off once again, this time combed through with advanced forensic tools. Specialists are analyzing overlooked fibers, smudged fingerprints, and shoe prints inconsistent with initial witness accounts. Every detail is now under the microscope. But the confession also raises disturbing new questions. Were the arrested suspects acting alone, or were they part of a wider network seeking to silence Yu? Did Yu's knowledge of financial misconduct involve more powerful figures, individuals with enough influence to delay or distort the investigation? These uncertainties have fueled conspiracy theories, making the public increasingly wary of whether all truths will be revealed. Yu's family has become the symbol of perseverance in this storm. His father, voice trembling yet firm, declared, "Our son was taken from us in a way no parent should endure. We will not stop until every truth is uncovered and every person responsible is held accountable." His mother, clinging to a framed photograph of her son, pleaded with investigators not to let justice slip away. Their grief resonates deeply with millions who see in Yu not just a beloved actor, but also a victim of a deeply unjust betrayal. Legal experts caution, however, that the road ahead remains complex. A confession, while powerful, is not always sufficient to secure conviction. In cases involving staged crime scenes, every piece of evidence must be reconstructed meticulously to withstand scrutiny in court. If even one element of the staged narrative holds, justice risks being compromised. This is why forensic teams continue to re-examine every angle, determined to prevent loopholes from protecting the guilty. Public anger has only intensified as these revelations spread. Candlelight vigils have turned into protests, with fans chanting for justice outside government buildings. Online campaigns demand harsher penalties, with many insisting that the suspects face life imprisonment or worse. For many, Yu's death has become symbolic of a wider issue: the dangerous intersection of fame, wealth, and unchecked power. What makes the case so haunting is not only the brutality of the crime, but the cold calculation behind it. Yu was not simply a man caught in an unfortunate accident. He was targeted, silenced, and betrayed by people he trusted enough to dine with on his final night. The intimacy of this betrayal cuts deeper than the act itself. Friends turned predators, laughter turned into silence, and a private bedroom became a stage for death. The case has also triggered broader discussions within society. Commentators ask, how many other tragedies have been quietly dismissed as accidents? How much corruption lies beneath the surface of industries where image and money reign supreme? Yu's story, while personal, has illuminated systemic flaws, failures of early investigation, blind spots created by influence, and the reluctance of authorities to confront uncomfortable truths until overwhelming evidence forces their hand. As the investigation continues, the chilling orchestration of the crime becomes clearer. Every confession, every forensic discovery, and every contradictory witness statement paints the same picture. Menglong did not die by chance. He was the victim of a deliberate plot executed with precision and disguised with lies. For fans, the heartbreak is not just in his loss, but in the knowledge that his kindness and trust were weaponized against him. For now, China waits. The court proceedings are yet to begin, and questions of who else might be implicated remain unanswered. But one thing is certain: the confession has shattered illusions. The truth, once hidden behind staged curtains and planted props, now stands in the open. And with it comes a demand for justice, for accountability, and for the memory of Yu Menglong to be honored not with silence, but with truth. In the end, Yu's story is no longer just about one man's tragic fall. It is about betrayal, corruption, and the fragility of trust in a world where appearances deceive. His death has become a symbol, a rallying cry, and a test of whether justice in the face of power can truly prevail. Yet the broader implications of this case reach far beyond Yu Menglong's personal tragedy. It has forced the public to confront the darker truth of an entertainment world often idolized for its glamour. Behind the polished red carpets and glossy magazine covers, the industry harbors intense rivalries, financial entanglement, and power struggles that the public rarely sees. Yu's death has shattered the illusion that fame guarantees safety or admiration. Instead, it has revealed that those who shine the brightest are sometimes the most vulnerable to betrayal. The confession also highlights the dangerous complacency that can arise when investigations are clouded by influence or hesitation. For days, authorities treated the case with caution, allowing key details to slip through the cracks. Only when the suspects broke down and confessed did the story change. This delay raises uncomfortable questions. How many potential victims are denied justice because evidence is dismissed, manipulated, or ignored? And how often are families left to carry unbearable grief in silence,